Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 5. We'll be present about cultural perception on environment and global context. I'm Rizky Wansari. For the first presenter, we will deliver about introduction and what is environment. Uh, we know that intercultural communication is related with the value and belief system of the diverse cultures. And then, what is environment and what is the cultural perception? Jadi, intercultural communication sangat erat hubungannya dengan diverse culture, value, and belief. Sangat erat hubungannya dengan value atau norm, value atau nilai, belief atau kepercayaan, dan macam-macam budaya itu akan terbentuk. Nah, dari budaya tersebut, lingkungan atau environment itu menjadi faktor yang mengaruhi seorang sign, receive, interpret, respond of message. Jadi seseorang itu dapat menerima, mengirim, ataupun menafsirkan sebuah pesan. The perception of various culture of their environment depend on the worldview. Jadi, persepsi seseorang tentang budaya ataupun lingkungan itu sangat tergantung dengan adanya sudut pandang atau worldview. So, what is the worldview? Worldview is a framework how the shape of why individual or group approach environmental issue. Jadi bagaimana mereka memandang tentang sesuatu yang mungkin itu budaya ataupun tentang sikap or behavior, and then relation between culture, environment, worldview is assigned to determine how intercultural communication is affected by environmental perception. Jadi hubungannya antara budaya, lingkungan, dan worldview atau pandangan sesuatu itu sangat tergantung dengan intercultural communication, yang dimana itu akan membuat sebuah persepsi. The influence of environment of communication interaction goes to unnoted and recognized as a significant factor effect of the success or failure communication. Jadi, komunikasi or intercommunal communication sangat dipengaruhi oleh lingkungan dan komunikasi yang terjalin. Bagaimana komunikasi tersebut terjalin atau berjalan dengan baik atau tidak, yang itu yang akan menjadikan success communication. And then what means environment? Gnam and Hell in 2006 argues the environmental is the nature space around of people living and include the geographical space and atmospheric condition and the location. And then it includes the architectural and design feature such as space, color, structure, design, layout, and movable object, and it refers to the presence and absence of the other people. And then the people is part of the environment. So how the people communicate with other depend on their background, culture, and environment. Jadi seseorang itu akan seorang yang tinggal di suatu tempat tinggal, dia akan terbentuk karena adanya lingkungan, dan lingkungan itu orang yang terbentuk dari sebuah lingkungan itu akan menjadi karakteristik, dan karakteristik itulah yang menjadikan background bagaimana cara mereka berkomunikasi. And then the factor of message received and saved in environmental context include the information available within environment context, for example, access for information important consider as well as the value and level of load of information being received and contained in the environmental. Jadi, untuk sebuah lingkungan atau pemikiran orang-orang dan mereka berkomunikasi sangat terpengaruhi oleh bagaimana cara mereka berkomunikasi, bagaimana volumenya, bagaimana mereka berkomunikasi, apakah dapat diterima ataupun tidak. Itulah yang menjadikan mereka dapat didengar ataupun tidak, seperti itu. All environmental factors, people are a great resource of uncertainty. When we interact with people from a range diverse culture, especially on their environmental, then the information load is high. The environmental contribute how excited we are, how the alert active we become emotionally, and so affect of satisfaction and joyful emotion stage. Jadi bagaimana kita berkomunikasi dengan menggunakan perasaan ataupun emosional itu sangat mempengaruhi diterima atau tidaknya pesan yang kita kirim kepada orang ataupun sebaliknya. More importantly, environment creates comfortable and uncomfortable states where the former is one in which we either in control and are able to interact to dominance. Why? Because we feel a sense of freedom to behave as in the way to natural to us. It's only that. Thank you. The next material will be delivered by the next presenter. Thank you.
My name is Lela Latifa. In this session, I will share about perception on environment. Knip and Hall suggest that there are 6 basic perceptions on environment. First, formal and informal. The relationship of the power and the atmosphere between crew, that there are formal and informal structure. It can increase and discourage of social interaction. And second point, it's about warm and cold. A warm environment will be producing to a comfortable interaction, such as a warm greeting, smile, and serving drink, and so others. And what about a cold environment? A cold environment discourse interaction, such as sitting arrangement on a MACD. MACD are designed to encourage people to live, not to linger. And third point, it's about private and public. The private conversation is conducive for a more private conversation. It's like a family. It's like family environment and a public environment or public area where impersonal conversation and public information are encouraged. And next point, it's about familiar and unfamiliar. High or low level of familiarity can reduce or increase some people anxiety and discomfort. On next point, it's about constraining versus free. We may feel powerless and anxious when we realize that having control over of the environment, but we can feel psychologically comfortable when we find control over the environment. And the last point is about distance versus close. When we're talking with sibling and friends, it's different when we talk with teacher or government office. It's why. So it's about physical, social, and psychological distance. My interests are discourse of interaction and conversation. Enough for me? Thank you.
I will explain about cultural environment and worldview. Sudirman claims that worldview in conjunction with territoriality is often at the core of conflict. A culture's worldview contextualizes the importance of their environment and that becomes the key basis upon which they construct their intercultural relationship. Jadi di sini Sudirman mengklaim bahwa pandangan dunia dalam hubungan teritorial adalah inti dari konflik. Pandangan dunia dari budaya mengkontekstualisasikan pentingnya lingkungan mereka dan itu menjadi dasar untuk membangun hubungan antar budaya mereka. It is important to be cognizant of cultural perceptions and worldviews of the natural environment in order to be interculturally competent in a global context. Different cultures see the physical environment in different ways and seek different approach to managing and solving their daily problems. Jadi penting untuk menyadari persepsi budaya dan pandangan dunia terhadap lingkungan alam agar menjadi interkultural yang kompeten dalam konteks global. Kebudayaan yang berbeda melihat lingkungan fisik dengan berbagai cara dan mencari pendekatan yang berbeda untuk mengelola dan mengatasi masalah sehari-hari mereka. Ini menurut Nunes, Madi, dan Popma. The fact that a culture's relationship with nature is culture-bound means that cultural perspectives are deeply embedded in how culture groups view nature. A culture's orientation towards nature determines how people within that culture communicate about nature and how they organize their daily activity around nature. Often, physical and climatic aspects of nature may restrict the kinds of activities that occur. Faktanya, bahwa hubungan budaya dengan alam adalah budaya yang terikat, bahwa perspektif atau penilaian budaya tertanam dalam bagaimana kelompok budaya itu memandang alam itu sendiri. Orientasi budaya terhadap alam menentukan bagaimana orang-orang dalam budaya itu berkomunikasi dengan alam dan cara mereka berorganisasi dengan kegiatan sehari-hari mereka di sekitar alam. Seringkali aspek fisik dan iklim alam dapat membatasi jenis kegiatan yang terjadi. Alman and Chimers categorize three different cultural orientation to nature. Number 1, people are subject to nature, living a life at the mercy of an uncontrollable force. Number 2, people are over nature, with a strong belief that people can dominate, exploit, and control nature. Number 3, people as an inherent part of nature, where humans, animals, plants, and other elements can live in harmony in an interdependent way. Menurut Alman dan Simmers, mereka mengkategorikan 3 orientasi budaya yang berbeda terhadap alam. Yang pertama, orang tunduk pada alam, menjalani kehidupan dengan kekuatan yang terkendali. Yang kedua, manusia sebagai alam dengan keyakinan kuat bahwa orang dapat mendominasi, mengeksploitasi, dan mengkontrol alam dengan sendirinya. Yang ketiga, manusia sebagai bagian yang alami dari alam, tempat manusia, binatang, tumbuhan, dan unsur-unsur lain dapat hidup harmonis dengan cara yang saling bergantung antar satu sama lain. These three orientation are effective ways of surviving and are important assumption about people-environment relationship. One is not better than the other. Cultural and society dynamics suggest that even within a society or cultural, there are people who would one or two or a combination of the three orientation, all depending on situation and environmental factor. Jadi dari ketiga orientasi tersebut, ini merupakan cara yang efektif untuk bertahan hidup dan merupakan asumsi penting tentang orang-orang dan hubungan lingkungan di sekitarnya. Yang satu tidak lebih baik daripada yang lain. Dinamika budaya dan sosial menunjukkan bahwa bahkan dalam masyarakat atau budaya ada orang yang memegang satu atau dua atau kombinasi dari tiga orientasi tersebut. Semua tergantung pada situasi dan faktor lingkungannya. Terima kasih.
I want to explain about case analysis. Valentine's Day originates from an ancient Roman tradition as a way of commemorating the death of a priest named Saint Valentine. Around the world, Valentine's Day is synonymous with chocolates, candies, flowers, and gifts that are exchanged for loved ones. Historical records show that the feast of St. Valentine only began to be associated with the idea of romantic love in 14th century England. The festival took root in 18th century England and was exported to the United States in the following century. American Valentine's Day was literally born for the sake of the market, a popular old-fashioned folk festival that is getting more and more festive with the sale of greeting cards, chocolates, and gifts for the benefit of the economy. It doesn't have the slightest religious element in it because predominantly Protestant Americans will neither recognize nor celebrate the feast of Saint Catholicism as a religious celebration. In Indonesia, the majority of people are Muslim and they stage protests against Valentine's Day celebrations. This is done to criticize the celebration of Valentine's Day, which is often a cover for free sex behavior. According to the fatwa of the Majelis Ulama Indonesia number 3 of 2015, 2017, Muslims are warned that it is unlawful to celebrate Valentine's Day every February. This adheres to three things, namely: the first, because Valentine's Day is not included in the Islamic traditions; the second, considered to plunge Muslim youth into promiscuity, such as sex before marriage, and the last is has the potential to bring bad luck. But there is another tradition from the Nahdlatul Ulama sage, which states that Valentine's Day celebration should focus on the content of the celebration itself, namely to help and love fellow Muslims. In addition, the celebrations must be filtered so that the substance does not divide from the Islamic religion. The Pakistan government has also banned any form of celebration in public spaces or publication in the mass media regarding Valentine's Day because this event doesn't come from Islamic tradition. This celebration has nothing to do with our culture and it should be avoided. Thank you.